High school cheerleader by day, world-saving hero by night. Today we'll uncover the life of Kim Possible from start to end. With her fearless friend Ron, the adorable Rufus, and tech whiz Wade by her side, Kim saves the world from dastardly supervillains. In her preteen years, Kim finds herself wanting to earn some extra cash to supplement her allowance. She comes up with a brilliant idea, starting her own babysitting business. With entrepreneurial spirit, she launches her website named KimPossible.com and promotes her services with the slogan, "I can do anything." Kim also tries out for the cheer squad. However, she encounters a classic mean girl. Bonnie mockingly refers to Kim as tin teeth because of her braces and presents her with a seemingly impossible routine. Despite Bonnie's attempts to sabotage her, Kim nails the routine, securing her place in the cheer squad. Just as Kim's website goes live, fate intervenes in the form of a misdirected contact. Mr. McHenry, who finds himself trapped in Mr. Paisley's mansion along with Paisley himself, accidentally reaches out to Kim instead of the intended Team Impossible. It turns out that McHenry was desperately seeking the help of the super-secret commando squad. Initially hesitant and considering leaving it to the police, Kim's best friend Ron encourages her to rise up to the challenge. With a newfound sense of adventure, Kim embraces the opportunity, and together they venture into Paisley's mansion to rescue the trapped man. News of Kim's heroic feat spreads like wildfire, and before she knows it, her fame as a hero begins to skyrocket. People from all corners of the globe, including governments and even royalty, start reaching out to her for help on a daily basis. And so begins Kim's long and illustrious career as a teenage superhero. When it comes to having awesome abilities, Kim has some jaw-dropping moves to inspire her audience. She's a one-woman powerhouse with peak human strength, agility, metabolism, and reflexes. Hold on to your hats because the awesomeness of Kim Possible doesn't stop there. Not only is she athletic, but she's also a martial arts master. Kim manages to balance her daring adventures with academic excellence. Despite her action-packed lifestyle, she maintains a high GPA. With her impressive track record, it isn't a surprise if Ivy League universities were lining up to welcome Kim with open arms. In the world of Kim Possible, there is a fascinating theory that proposes Kim's extraordinary crime-fighting adventures are not happening in reality, but are instead part of an intricate simulation. According to this theory, Kim is actually a participant in a highly advanced virtual reality program designed to test her skills, intelligence, and ability to handle high-pressure situations. The theory suggests that all the villains, missions, and challenges she faces are carefully crafted simulations created to push her to her limits and help her grow as a hero. It's definitely an interesting concept to entertain. I personally believe that the world of Kim Possible is best enjoyed as a thrilling blend of fantasy and reality. What do you think about it? Let us know down below. Behind every teenage superhero, there's a family that shapes and supports them along the way. Kim Possible is no exception to that fact. Let's meet Daddy Possible. James is a brilliant scientist who works at the Middleton Space Center suited whilst being a father to 3 impressive teenagers. He develops new tools and technologies and has a command in the field of cybertronics. While Kim undoubtedly loves her father, there are moments when she finds his affection and desire for closeness embarrassing. She's frustrated by his tendency to see her as his little girl even as she grows into her high school years. This dynamic becomes apparent in instances where James exhibits his doting and protective nature towards Kim. For example, in Monkey Ninjas in Space, they attend the Little Rocket Space Camp event. James nostalgically expects Kim to enjoy the day at work with him, reminiscent of when she was younger, complete with a tiny sweatshirt and rocket cookies. Kim, on the other hand, may find this well-intentioned gesture a source of frustration. And Possible, the matriarch of the Possible family, takes on the role of the voice of reason. She brings a sense of practicality and a wisdom to her family dynamics, ensuring everyone stays on track. She's quick to scold Jim and Tim when they experiment in the house, offers guidance to Kim whilst leaving constant reminders to her husband to come home for dinner. Outside home, Anne is a boss girl who works as a skilled neurosurgeon at the Middleton Medical Center. Moving on to Kim's genius twin brothers, Jim and Tim, who she refers to as Tweebs. At just 10 years old, Jim and Tim Possible showcase remarkable ingenuity by constructing an array of incredible and sometimes destructive devices. They often utilize parts from their father's experiments or dismantle appliances from Kim's room to fuel their inventive spirit. While Kim may initially resent their tinkering, the twins occasionally prove to be a valuable asset to her missions, even saving her on a few occasions. One notable instance is when Dr. Draken manipulates Kim using a neurocompliance chip, turning her into his mind-controlled servant. It is thanks to the twins' creation of a handheld silicon face disruptor that Kim is ultimately restored to her normal self. The only one to refer to Kim as Kimberly Ann, Nana Possible, is in a league of her own. By the time she was 16, Nana had trained with the Shaolin monks. When she sparred with Kim, she not only showcased her mastery of Pang Lang Quan Kung Fu, but also surprised everyone by displaying a martial arts style similar to Kim's. And let's be real, she took it to a whole new level, surpassing even Kim's skills. She's a grandma who can kick some serious butt. Meet Slim Possible, the older brother of James Possible and father to Joss Possible. While he shares his brother's talent for science and invention, Slim prefers a quieter and more solitary life as a rancher. He's the proud owner and operator of the Lazy Sea Ranch located in Montana. While Slim's background and history remain elusive, his appearance in Season 3 was certainly memorable. When the Possible family and Ron paid him a visit during summer vacation, Slim stepped up to the plate to help foil Dr. Draken's nefarious scheme. Draken's plan involved brainwave-altering cowboy hats designed to turn geniuses into, well, black wits. But with Slim's assistance, the Possible family and Ron were able to put a stop to his outlandish plot. Joss Possible, the spunky and adventurous daughter of Slim Possible, shares many traits with her cousin Kim. She's perky, daring, and has a bit of a tomboy streak. But while Kim's life may seem like a thrilling roller coaster to Joss, she considers her own life a bit mundane and is always seeking new adventures. Joss admires Kim and, for a time, becomes somewhat obsessed with her cousin's daring exploits. She knows every mission Kim has undertaken by heart, and her desire to prove herself to Kim is palpable. At first, Kim finds the attention flattering, but as time goes on, the constant adoration becomes a little tiresome. In the wild and wacky world of Kim Possible, the villains are just as delightfully entertaining as our beloved hero herself. These nefarious ne'er-do-wells bring a whole new level of quirkiness and chaos to the table, making Kim's crime-fighting escapades a roller coaster ride of excitement. First up, we have Drew Lipsky, known as the mad scientist Dr. Draken. During his university years, Drew attended the same institution as Kim's father, Bob Chen, and Ramesh. He made a promise to his friends that he would set them up on dates for the science department mixer. Unfortunately, Drew arrived late, and instead of bringing dates, he presented his B prototype to his friends. They found the situation amusing and laughed at his embarrassing turnout, which ultimately led to his decision to drop out of school. Following his departure from university, Drew Lipsky embarked on a path that would define his life of crime. Shutting his former name, he transformed into the notorious mad scientist known as Dr. Draken. In a hilarious turn of events, Draken's plot to take over the world with mutant flowers backfired, resulting in an unexpected consequence. Instead of achieving his evil plans, Draken found himself burdened with a ring of sentient flower petals that regrew constantly. It was an ironic outcome that led him stuck with an unconventional accessory he couldn't seem to get rid of. However, Draken's troubles didn't end there. He fell into the clutches of the vengeful Warmonga and her battlemate Warhawk, who had their own plans for world domination. In an unexpected twist, Draken and Kim found themselves imprisoned together. Facing a common threat, they set aside their differences and joined forces to escape. Drawing upon his unusual flower abilities, Draken utilized his newfound powers to break them out of captivity. As they made their daring escape, they were unexpectedly rescued by their own sidekicks, Ron and Shigo, who had also put aside their differences and teamed up. The unexpected alliance between the four motivated Draken and Shigo to give up the life of crime. Moreover, he is given a Nobel Prize for his contribution in saving the world. Operating as Draken's chief enforcer and henchwoman, we have Shigo, whose primary job is to protect Draken and execute his orders. During her childhood, Shigo and her brothers experienced a life-altering event when they were struck by a rainbow comet while in their family treehouse. This cosmic encounter granted them extraordinary superpowers. Inspired by their newfound abilities, they formed Tingo, a crime-fighting family dedicated to protecting Ghost City from evil. However, over time, Shigo's affinity for evil began to grow, causing her to leave the team. Then there's Monkey Fist. Once a respected archaeologist and simian expert, Lord Montefisk succumbed to his obsession. Seeking the power of the Jade Idols, he enlisted Team Possible's help but had ulterior motives. Disguised as a ninja, he stole one of the idols from Cambodia. Back in England, he aligned the four idols, gaining the mystical monkey power. Changing his name to Monkey Fist, he sought to eliminate Ron to protect his secret. However, Ron and Rufus obtained the same power, turning the tables in Monkey Fist. In the series finale, Monkey Fist was briefly visible in a cafe with Dian Amy still frozen in stone. Now let's talk about Amy Hall, who, also known as Dian Amy, was a biogeneticist ostracized from the scientific community for her unorthodox and unethical splicing experiments. Her unique obsession with cuddle buddies led her to splice together the DNA of real animals, creating chimeric creatures resembling the stuffed toys. Ron and Mr. Barkin encountered Amy during a school ski trip when they stumbled upon her creation, the Mount Middleton Snow Beast, a massive hybrid of a rabbit and a rhinoceros. To protect her secrets, Amy captured Ron and Mr. Barkin. She even fused Mr. Barkin with Rufus, transforming him into a naked mole ratman. She was defeated by Kim when she made an attempt on Ron. It was Amy who had genetically altered Lord Montgomery Fisk with simian hands and feet so he could become Monkey Fist. Driven by her obsession, Amy grafted the arms and legs of a gorilla onto herself. Adopting the name Gorilla Fist, she saw herself as a perfect match for Monkey Fist, both physically and spiritually. However, her relentless pursuit of him only intensified his rejection and disinterest, yet she persisted in her quest for his affection. We certainly see a lot of Professor Dementor, the notorious supervillain and mad scientist who harbors ambitions of world domination. As a rival of Dr. Draken, they share a similar villainous style, but Dementor stands out for his greater infamy, superior resources, and consistent success. He poses a formidable threat to Team Possible. And did I mention that Dementor is absolutely obsessed with Kim's battlesuit? The unforgettable Senor Senior, an elderly and immensely wealthy man who, thanks to a casual remark from Ron Stoppable, ventured into the world of villainy. Although he's dedicated to what he considers traditional villainy, he approaches it more as an amusing pastime rather than a serious endeavor. Accompanied by his father, Senor Senior, Jr. is a vain man-child with little to no interest in being a villain. While he generally goes along with his dad's plans, he's usually busy maintaining his tan and dreaming of becoming a pop star to concern himself with world domination schemes. If it wasn't for Ron's comment on how their private island resembles a villainous lair, poor Jr. could have just focused on his career as a pop star. Donning a strong Scottish accent, we have Duff Killigan, who turned to the life of crime after being shunned from pro golf. Proudly dubbing himself the world's deadliest golfer, he trades in clubs for explosive golf balls as his unique weapon of choice. Who knew a golf game could get so explosive? Duff had since embraced a new career as a mercenary. He's always up for a good heist or a bit of kidnapping, as long as the highest bidder is willing to pay up. Since we have a whole pack of colorful villains, we also have a kick-ass team of young heroes led by the indomitable Kim Possible herself. Team Possible is the ultimate crime-fighting squad that combines bravery, wit, and a dash of teenage charm. Ron and Kim's friendship goes way back to their preschool days, right after nap time. Since that fateful meeting, they have become inseparable friends, sharing countless adventures together. Moreover, there's a theory that suggests that the secret to Kim and Ron's crime-fighting success is the Nacho. The Nacho, a combination of a taco and nachos, is known for its unique and unconventional blend of flavors. Fans believe that the Nacho's specific ingredients and nutritional composition provide Kim with an energy boost and heightened focus, enhancing her physical and mental capabilities during missions. While the show never explicitly confirms this theory, the consistent presence of the Nacho throughout Kim Possible's adventures raises questions about its significance. Ron is known for his unique personality. It can be traced back to a series of traumatic events from his childhood, often depicted in flashbacks. One particular event that has left a lasting impact on him is his experience at the rundown sleepaway camp, Camp Wannaweep. It was during the summer that Ron faced numerous challenges and hardships that shaped his fears and anxieties. Ron's contributions to Kim's missions often went unnoticed, leaving him in the shadows of recognition. The tides turned when global justice scientists developed a hypothesis known as the Ron Factor. This intangible talent or element was believed to be the secret behind Kim's success, and Ron was thought to possess it. According to Wade, the Ron Factor was thought to stem from nonlinear mathematical concepts, specifically chaos theory. It was speculated that Ron's seemingly random mishaps had a remarkable knack for achieving results that would typically require great skill. Global Justice saw this as a potential game changer and extensively researched the Ron Factor, hoping to harness it for themselves. In an unexpected turn of events, Ron and Rufus found themselves exposed to mystical energy from 4 jade monkey statues during their encounter with Monkey Fist. This exposure granted them the mystical monkey power, resulting in extraordinary abilities. When Ron was later chosen to attend the renowned Yamanouchi Ninja School in Japan, he honed his martial arts skills and developed the abilities that he had been granted. During his time at the school, Ron's path intersected with the Lotus Blade, a legendary weapon that held a connection to the mystical monkey power. Ron fully unlocked the potential of mystical monkey power when Kim and Draken were kidnapped by Lorwargan aliens Warhawk and Warmonga. Upon easily defeating the aliens, he was recognized as the supreme monkey master. As Kim and Ron grew older, their relationship evolved into something more than friendship. By their senior year, Ron and Kim's bond blossomed into a romantic connection, adding a new layer of complexity and depth to their dynamic. In a stroke of fate, Ron stumbled upon Rufus, his loyal and smart sidekick, at the pet department of Smarty Mart the day before Team Possible's inaugural mission. Ron had specific criteria for his pet. It needed to be hairless to avoid triggering his father's allergies. As luck would have it, Rufus fit the bill perfectly. Rufus quickly became an integral part of Team Possible, accompanying Ron on their thrilling adventures. Despite his small size, Rufus proved himself to be a brave and reliable companion, always ready to lend a paw or claw when needed. While containing the IQ of a human being, Rufus has shown a range of unexplained abilities. Some of these abilities may have been influenced by the incidents they encountered during their missions. One notable incident was Rufus being exposed to the mystical monkey power at the same time as Ron, which seemed to grant him a degree of control over this mystical energy. Wade, the communication guru of Team Possible, is an exceptional individual despite his young age. Wade's brilliance and technological prowess shine through in his creations, most notably the communicator and various gadgets that have provided Team Possible with cutting-edge equipment needed to navigate their missions. Despite being a kid, Wade never leaves his room. While some fans have speculated that Wade's reluctance to leave his bedroom may be attributed to agoraphobia, however, it's important to note that this was never confirmed within the show. In instances where Wade needed to be present physically, he would appear as a holographic projection known as HoloWade, or through the use of a WadeBot, robotic replicas that mimicked his appearance and allowed him to interact in person without leaving the comfort of his technological haven. In an exciting time travel adventure, Kim Possible is visited by Rufus 3000, talking mole rat from the future. She learns that Shigo has become a dictator and must prevent this fate. Villains Draken, Monkey Fist, and Killigan try to stop young Kim from becoming a crime fighter, but fail to do so. With the help of her friend Ron and a resistance movement in the future, Kim battles Shigo and saves the world. Time alterations are undone, restoring peace, but Kim and Ron lose their memories of the epic journey. Sometime later, Kim Possible faces Dr. Draken's elaborate plan for world domination. Meanwhile, she navigates her own struggles with dating and friendship. Joined by her loyal friend Ron and the tech-savvy Wade, Kim battles Draken's diabolical schemes involving stolen toy designs, synthrodrone androids, and teenage girl research. With Bueno Nacho at the center of the chaos, Kim must rescue her captured father and save the world from giant robot toys. Along the way, she discovers unexpected betrayals and the true strength of her bond with Ron. In a final showdown, Kim and Ron defeat Draken and his henchmen, earning the admiration of their peers and sharing a heartfelt moment at prom. Love, friendship, and heroism prevail, proving that Team Possible can overcome any challenge. So, this was the entire timeline of Kim Possible. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to Cartoonverse and click the bell icon for similar content.